What is good, everyone? It is your favorite multi-cardboard selling producer, Izoki, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a BEATS type beat. This is just how I perceive his type of production as, which, you know, coincidentally it ended up being really similar to my production style. You know, constant switch ups out of nowhere and just like putting in shit you wouldn't expect. And I stopped producing like that for a while because I was just trying to follow the right arrangements and make simple beats. But that just got rid of the whole authenticity and the whole basic reason I made music in the first place, which is what? Self-expression. So I just completely ignored that for this beat, and basically every beat I'm making recently, I'm just creating with no expectations, no nothing, bro. Just flowing and doing what sounds right. Forgetting arrangements, forgetting all these rules made up by other people. Because in reality, bro, there are no rules. There's only your rules that you set up in your art. So let's get straight into it and maybe you could learn something. I don't know. Let's go. Alright, so the very first thing that I added was this pad. And before I even start, actually, you see this project, right? It looks like a lot, but I promise you it is not, alright? This is just what comes out of my brain meats. It gets simpler when you realize that it's just putting piece by piece together. So the first thing to set the whole mood was this pad from the sound bank VST shite called Forbidden Planet. It just sounds cool as shite in itself. I already knew that the sounds in here were going to be incredible. I just found this and I bought it. It's a membership, $20 a month for a ton of like, you know, different banks, very high quality banks, and this was one of them. And oh my goodness gracious, bro, this shit was so fire. As soon as I stumbled upon the pad, I was instantly inspired. I just put down some simple triad chords. This is how they originally looked like. Then I just inverted them. Super simple, but so beautiful, so full. Just to begin with, the very first song. So the first three chords, actually all the chords were just inverted triads, just inverted the middle notes from all of them, highlighted them, held control, then pressed the up arrow, and then just some simple transition, just some simple transition notes here, here, and here. These two pairs of notes, they're the same thing, but I just layered them on top of one another just to make them sound more full. It sounded right to me, and I got this. Just a perfect transition into the next thing, you feel me, into a perfect loop. EQ, some stereo shaper, just spread it out more. Next thing I added was a vocal from what? From Arcade. For once, I don't use Exhale, but Arcade is my second favorite source of vocals. This is the original pattern I got. I just played it on the keys, turn the metronome on, press record, and I got this. Honestly, bro, as I said a few times before in my other tutorials, I don't really have a formula for vocals. I just play it out on the keys, then I quantize them, of course, to make them, you know, actually be on time. For vocals, that is very important. I wanted to keep it repetitive, but not too repetitive, you feel me? Like the first part here is just 3 times and just the same extended note right here. So it was repetitive but simple, and it just sounded right, alright? The main thing I want you to take away from this is to keep it simple and don't overthink things. Don't try to add more notes just to try and be different, because then you're going to overcomplicate things and then you're going to confuse yourself, and in the end you're going to end up with a overcomplicated project that you yourself don't even like anymore. Do what feels right to you. Even if it seems like it's too little, it doesn't matter. If it sounds right, if it feels right to you, that is what matters. The second part of it though, I made it a little bit faster paced, just a little bit more rhythm. Cause in the first one it was like, and this one's like, you feel me? Dun, dun, dun. This is more like harmonic. This is more melodic. So perfect polarity between the two. And I always like to add these exaggerated vocal chops in the end, at the very end of every vocal loop, just to add more variation and just give it that, you know, you feel me, reggaeton feeling, because I feel like reggaeton that has vocals is more reggaeton when it has vocal chops. For the plugins, just some EQ, reverb, this one, big long vocal, some OTT of course, because come on, you know what it does already, it just makes everything in your face more. And those two together, the pad and the vocal, they sound like this. Ooh, just wait till the next part. But before I get to the next part, this is how we started off the beat with the reason I started it off like that, right, from this bell that I'll get to the actual melody of the bell in a minute. I just thought, why don't I basically like make this like a movie? This is like the introduction, like you're just waking up, right, from a coma or some shit. It's like you're waking up to a world you've never seen before. Perfect opening scene. And then it perfectly transitions into the next thing I added was this accent that I just found in a random kit I had. Just added some reverb, panning to it. Here's the real sauce that really helped build the build up. Is this filtered like drum loop by the Gulzi. Honestly, I just dragged it in and extended it to the BPM really, and just added a little bit of reverb and some OTT, because in your face, right, instead of having that be like the main drum pattern, I made it as a build up, because I feel like filtered sounds are perfect for build ups into drops, whether it be the chorus or just a really nice beat drop. All right, so that with the accent and the pad and vocal. And then of course, to transition into the chorus, a simple riser. Intro sounds like this. Or some rain. Now for the drop, for the chorus, for the hook, whatever you want to call it, el coro, I don't give a shit. I copy and pasted the chords from the pad right into this piano from, of course, Keyscape. Double felt grand, works every time for emotional instrumentals. So I just copy and pasted the chords from the pad, strum them to give it more realism, added some more transition notes right here, boom boom boom, skleet sklat, skleet sklat, and just made them into sevenths by adding another note on top of the triads. And that's it, fam. EQ, brighter stereo, that you just like turn the knob on this and it makes the highs a little bit more. Now this is the main melody, all right, the main thing, bro. It's the bell that I mentioned from earlier, right, from Analog Labs. This is the melody I thought of for the chorus. EQ, some reverb, really put the mix knob down a lot, just kept it super subtle because it already had enough reverb from the actual sound. A little bit of delay, just ping pong in your ears, OTT. And yeah, bro, all those elements together, the two harmonics plus the melody. The moment that you've all been waiting for, the drums. I'm gonna show you the pattern first. The kick is self-explanatory, a simple boom, 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 with a little thun thun at the end. Signature reggaeton snares. This little roll at the end to keep it interesting. And then the hi-hats, that's where the real sauce is. That's where the real bounce is set for the rhythm of the drums. I played this on my keys and just quantized it. And just added these 2 rolls at the end. I pan one left and pan one right because I just like to pan my hi-hats at certain times to add more variation and keep the bounce going. You might be wondering where I got the delay from for the hats. That just sounds so clean. I just went into here, right? The sound, I just clicked on the sound, went to this wrench, speed, echoes, ping pong, time, 3, added this percussion. Super subtle, you know, just to add a little bit of this open hat that I love so much. I use in almost all of my beats. And then a second open hat, add a little bit more bounce, you feel me? Now the drum pattern with the elements of the chorus all together sound like this. A build up from the pre-chorus to the chorus. So, you know, here you can kind of see it for yourself. Just yeah, simple verse, 16-bar verse, and then it transitions into this. For that, simple, just added this choir from Omnisphere. Classic. It's a classic, bro. Omnisphere, in my opinion, has some of the best choirs. And just copy and pasted the chords from the pad and put it down an octave, as you can see here, to make the choir like alright. So instead of having a I had a to add more emphasis on the low end and just add more emotion. Lay that on top of the piano. Feel me, just adds more emotion and allows the artist to just add more emotion into their flows, bro. And I added this impact, you can see right here, this little, to accentuate the rhythm, to add more excitement, and like it kind of signifies that it's the next part. And you can kind of get the general idea there right there. Yeah. I'm gonna just play it out for you. Before we get to the next part, let me tell you what I added right here. All right, I just added this cool little kick roll to transition to the next part. I just made the pattern unique, right? You see right here, kick number 2, just went up here, make unique, made it unique so it separates from the original pattern. Dun 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 dun, to transition into the next thing, which is simple. Just you can see here, play with the velocities and added this drum fill. Now for this next part, this was all genuinely personal preference. I just felt like adding a dun 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 just to add more punch, you feel me? Add more emotion. Not emotion, but like this is the climax, you feel me? With that in mind, I added this kick. This is how the kick sounded like. You know, it's super interesting. But as soon as I heard that, right, I just instantly thought of the pattern in my head. Some Kanye shite, bro. And then I got this super dope vocal to add onto that space right here that is empty. Just wait until I add the choir and piano back. You'll see what I was envisioning, bro. Next thing, I added this percussion just to add a little bit more rhythm, more groove into the kick and the feel me? I really like to add things every 4 bars, either add or remove things every 4 bars to keep it interesting. Choir, piano with the kick and the shaker thing. next part. You already heard the pad before. Here was just kind of like a transition into a new pre-chorus right here. All right, I'm excited for you to hear that one. But yeah, here I just added pad with the impact, except to keep the rhythm going, added this percussion loop. Now on top of the pad and the impact. Yeah, you see, come on, I know what I'm doing, bro. I know what I'm doing, trust me. And now that transitions perfectly into the next part, into the new pre-chorus, which I added this kind of anthemic lead from Pigments. Oh my gosh, bro. I played all this on the keys, not perfectly, but I did play the pattern. I just quantized it so it, you know, was on time. And just imagine a random motherfucker's voice, all right, on your thing, on your beat. If you can imagine a random person just, you know, singing over this, rapping over it, you know, just being an artist over it. If you can hear words being put over your piece of music, you're good to go, man. That's a really good reference to go off of. You see, it's building up. Watch this. Added the cymbal. Now back to the pre-chorus from the beginning, except now instead of the vocal, I replaced it with the bell and added this impact to add more, you know, shaboom. And now, you know, the bridge, you already heard it before. Now, here's the thing. I kind of did this like anti-drop, like... You think it's finna drop, right? Nah. No. You see how I did that, my friends? It's super simple, my G. Put shaper box, this halftime preset, halftime 1 bar, and it just halftimed everything. And as you see here, it's progressively, you know, going away back to normal, and it's like perfect anti-drop, reverse drop, because it didn't drop, all right? It was kind of like a whoa, unexpected, right? But it fit in perfectly. Pause. There really is no formula for that. That was honestly just something I thought of at the moment while making it, and it just ended up sounding pretty dope. So maybe you could use that in your beats or something. Man, I don't fucking know. I'm just here to show you what I did. So maybe you could implement it into your own. It's self-explanatory right here. Just add shit that sounded right to me, and yeah. Now here, instead of dropping it right into the chorus, I kind of wanted to keep that anticipation going. Simple, add an impact, fill. The end of the pre-chorus from the thing to the chorus. Now the outro, I just cut out the last 4 bars of the what is this, 4 bars? I can't even count. Yeah, the last 4 bars of the chorus to transition perfectly into the outro. Now the same way I started it, right? It's like being born. Feel me? Waking up. Now here is the end of the story. I really like to add outros to a majority of my beats, because making music is like, you know, making a movie. You're literally the director, just with a different damn name. You're dealing with sound now instead of, you know, pictures. Essentially, it's the same thing. So I had to have a proper ending, a proper outro to end this thing. So I added this thing called a violin on top of all the harmonic elements that I use in this instrumental. Where is it? I use this What the hell? I use this solo violin VST sound shite, and I just play this on my keys. I just thought of outro. What would sound like an outro? And I got this. Just play on the keys. I can't really tell you how I did it. Now that I just played on the keys, and of course, told you I'm a man of my word. I am a man of my word. Dun 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 dun. Come on, bro. Now the violin on top of the harmonic elements and the cymbal right here to add more emphasis. Just how like every movie trailer ends with a boom. That's really it. Every sound really just had the same plugins on them, either, you know, a reverb with the mix down, all the same type of reverb, just different type of reverb plugins, some chorus, stereo shapers, EQ for every single one, and of course OTT on the majority of them. And that's it, bro. That's why I didn't really show the plugins for every single sound, because I essentially use the same ones in every sound. The mixing is, in my opinion, not so much about the effects and plugins you have, but more so about the leveling and gain staging, which is just, you know, adjusting the volumes to what sounds right for you. You feel me? Make sure one element isn't louder than the other, to make sure, you know, it sounds right, it fits the setting you're going for. And always making sure that the drums for reggaeton beats, because this is what this is, are always booming louder than the melodies. Never have the melodic elements be louder than the drums, because it kind of ruins the point of this genre. You feel me? If you're going for an artist using your beat, if you're not, then by all means go ahead. But if you're going for an artist to use your beat, in my experience, artists like, you know, boom 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 boom. That's just me. That's just the way I see it, all right? But you do you. As I told you before, I'm just showing you my process. And that's for the melodic elements, right? For the drums, you can see right here, these are all the drums, and the like no effects on them, just some reverbs, just this EQ on this percussion that filtered it out. And as you see here, just a little bit of panning, gain staging, leveling, was the most important thing. Made sure the kick was the loudest sound of this whole thing, and the other percussions were just supporting it and establishing the bounce. And yeah, that's really it, bro. Minimal plugins, and everything else, bro, is in the arrangement and sound selection. The reason I was able to keep it so minimal with the plugins was because the sounds I chose were already, you know, equalized, right? Equalized, what in the world? Were already sounding incredible straight out the box. You feel me? Sound selection is so key. True sounds that complement one another, and just high quality sounds, because that'll make your whole process so much more efficient. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of it out for you so you could you know, listen to it. Then I'm gonna get to the outro so you can get the hell out of here and continue on with your day. You feel me? If you have any questions about the beat, comment down below and I'll answer it. I most likely like missed a thing or two because this was kind of a big project. I'm gonna play it now so we can get to the outro, and yeah, let's go.
Izoki.
Wow, that was a lot. My goodness. But we back now, and that's what matters. It's gonna be a mother father to edit, but it's all good. I love what I do, and I do it for you, and I do it for me, and I do it for the man up above. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the beat, enjoyed my thought process of how I made it, and this is just basically how I make my own type of beats, but the reason I titled it how to make beats like BEATS is because I feel like our styles are kind of similar and I really look up to that man. Honestly, I mean, we kind of look alike. You just gotta put the glasses on me, you feel me? The sunglasses, and like we're basically twins and I'm just a little bit more caramel. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, just comment down below, and yeah, I'm gonna get to editing this video after I make some music. This beat is out now. It's already dropped on my Beats channel, so I'm gonna link it down below so you could go listen to it, buy it. If you want to use it for free, just message me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Never give up on what you love to do. I promise you, it is all worth it. It'll all be worth it. But you'll only succeed if you never stop. So don't stop. It just makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Keep grinding, never stop, and see you in the next one. Izoki out.